Anyways, I ain't buying that shit.
It's delicious.
Okay, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry it's been a minute, a hot minute, but as you know from the previous video, I was a bit ill and it took me a while to get over that. And then I went back home for Christmas in December, and then when on my return, my nephew was sick and he's just turned 4 in December. So then I got his flu, and then I went back to work, and then I got all the students' flu as well. So I had 2 flus at the same time, intertwined in my body, fighting each other, just like pow, pow, pow. So I've only just recovered from that, and everything else that happened with me over the Christmas was a whole lot of drama. That's another story. But now this year is a new year. Happy New Year. I know it's a bit late anyway, but it's new year, new me, and I'm focusing on myself, focusing more on my health and the goals that I've set for myself, and ready to hit the track running, basically. Yay! So yeah, so what I wanted to do for this video is to show you around Beijing a little bit. I'm trying to get back into my self-study of Chinese. So I'm studying by myself, but I also have a tutor who I do conversational speaking with from like once a week. But I usually try and study Chinese on my own via the HSK textbook. So I'm currently on level 3, but I wanted to get some books where I can read like a story that's in Chinese, but also has like the English translation as well. Now I need to take an adventure to a bookstore. So I show you guys how to get a bike using the Mobike app too. So this is just a short journey, and while I was at the bookstore, I'll show you a bit of what I discovered in there as well. See you too. Bye bye. So I'm gonna get this one, this Mobike here. So what you have to do is go into, you see that? Go into the app, your Mobike app. Gives you areas of where to locate a bike. So it's telling me there's like at least 10 bikes in my vicinity. So I'm going to choose this one. So I press unlock, and then I have to scan a code on the bike. So there's usually a code there and a code here and a code there. So what I do is scan the code and the bike unlocks. Hello guys, so we've reached the station. This is also called a metro card that could be convenient for you when you travel in Beijing. What you need to do is pay 20 kwai deposit and then top it up with either 20 kwai or whatever you want to for your journey. So then it should only cost you like 40 kwai. When you're finished with the card and you're ready to fly back home or whatever, you can then bring the card back and get your 20 kwai deposit back as well if you want to do that. So yeah,
That's a non-believer who don't believe in anything. Really make it out alive. Alright, alright. No church in the wild.
Tears on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Coliseum doors.
So I've got these 3 mini sliders and a mango lemon tea. It's quite nice actually. I just stopped off for some lunch before going to the bookstore because I know it's going to be a bit of a mission. So we're just going to eat now. I'm so disappointed. It's not really. I'm not hungry, I'm eating my hair, mate. Times are hard. I don't get it. Anyway, we'll go through this a bit more in detail in the blog, because we will have a chat about the whole different classes, different race issues that there are in China. But I just wanted to show you guys this imagery and location comes. So you would have seen in the video this book that I picked up, and it was an interesting one. The title got me, and I was like, okay, let me take a little more of an adventure into what this means. Okay, so it was a book called Chinese for Africans, and I was like, okay, so this must be like, you know, an efficient book for Africans. You know, everyone in Africa has a different dialect, different freaking language, so it must be directed to that. So if you're Nigerian, you speak what language? I don't know, you know, and if you're from Zimbabwe, you speak another language, right? So in my head, I'm like, maybe it's that translation to Chinese, you know? Anyway, so as you can see, it is not. It is just a basic textbook, but with black illustrations. So the concept of the book is Chinese for Africans, because it has African cartoons in there for the dialogue parts. What's the logic? What is the logic in the middle of it? So I get that there's not much attention on it, so then there's not much awareness or education on it. So, but at the same time, it's 2018. I mean, come on. It's very hard to change that mindset if that's what you've been drilled to only think most of your life. It's very hard to change it, which I understand. So I'm not trying to change nothing, but at the same time, it's good to be aware. You know, if someone asks you a question, oh, where are you from? You're gonna tell them. The Uber driver asked me, oh, you know, where are you from? Where are you coming from? And I was like, oh, in Chinese, you know, practicing my Chinese. I was like, oh, I'm from England. And he was like, I thought only white people were in England. Like, there's no black people in England. And I was like, yeah, there are. There, you know, there's black, white, brown, orange. I was like, there's everyone in England. And he was like, oh, very interesting. So, you know, it's only those that really inquire where it's a good thing to then educate. Okay, no, I'll leave the story time for another time. So being black in China is an interesting aspect. but I'll leave that for another story time. Okay guys, see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.
We're gonna skate to one song only.
Yeah, so hard, motherfuckers wanna find me.